The Thoroughbred is a magnificent animal, bred for speed, bred to compete, the sport of kings.
Wow, West Coast has it by 6.
It's the all-new Let's Go Racing from Parx Casino and Racetrack. It's action-packed and fun for the entire family.
3 of them are right together with 1 furlong to go.
Let's Go Racing is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association. It's fun to see them run.
Good morning and welcome to Let's Go Racing. I'm Danny Gibson here with Dick Girardi and a truly beautiful day here on the first floor of Parx Racing. On today's show, we bring you all the best 3-year-olds from around the country with some true possible superstars emerging and absolute surprises to shake up our 3-year-old scene. The Grade 3 Gotham at Aqueduct with Parx shipper Capo Cade, Baffert's hopeful star Life is Good return in the Grade 2 San Felipe, and the Grade 2 Tampa Bay Derby with a solid field at 12. So who knows what could happen? Any of these horses could jump up and be our next superstar. How's it going, Dick?
Yeah, everything's good, Danny. I'm especially looking forward to seeing Life is Good. Remember his debut race with Larry Collmus said as he's coming through the lane, Life is very, very, very good. Look, if he runs big today, he's clearly your Derby favorite as we get into mid-March.
Can't wait to get his matchup with Essential Quality. Before we get to some racing, though, we want to catch up. Our friends at the Pennsylvania Breeders, Brian Sanfratello, put together this amazing video in reaction to the Governor Wolf's proposal raid of the Horse Racing Development Fund. You know, just very inaccurately portrayed. A lot of businesses and jobs would be lost if this raid does go through.
Yeah, and one of the things, the biggest misnomer in all this, Danny, is that there's all these rich horse owners taking all this money. This is not a zero-sum game. Most of the people that own horses lose money. Yeah. It's a hard game. But the people that depend on the sport are the trainers and the jockeys and the people that work on the backstretch. And I think their story has not been told until now.
Absolutely. Let's get to the video.
Breaking news from Harrisburg, where once again, the governor's budget proposal would destroy Pennsylvania's horse racing industry.
Let's bet on our kids instead of bankrolling racehorse owners.
Advocates of this proposal say tax dollars are bankrolling the horse racing industry.
That is such nonsense. Not a cent of it is taxpayer dollars. Part of the slot money at casinos at the racetracks is allotted to the horse racing industry. These are not tax dollars. These are not state monies that they can access. This is for the breeding and racing industry.
This is the second straight year the governor has asked to redivert the Racehorse Development Trust Fund. His supporters claim that horse racing is, after all, the sport of kings, and that virtually all of its participants are white, wealthy, and male.
That's not true either. It's women and men, it's, you know, all nationalities.
Spanish, black, brown, whatever you want to call it, we all depend on this. It's not just white people.
I'm not white and I'm not rich, but it's my way of life. That's the way I support my family. I also employ 8 people.
I got here to Pennsylvania and I loved it. I loved the racetrack since the first minute that I got in here. I loved this racetrack. I made everything that I got, and I made my name. I made everything over here in Pennsylvania.
Me as a Latin man, starting from the bottom, you know, now I'm a trainer. It's humbling because there's a lot of Spanish people back here, and you kind of get to relate with everybody back here. A lot of good help back here, a lot of Latin people that are great people, good families. It's a family business, and they're very hard-working people.
When I came over here, I only came with 1 luggage, and now I got my wife, 4 kids, house, 2 cars. I got everything I pretty much wanted.
It's just average people like you and I, you know. They get up at the break of dawn. They do their work and they care for their animals. And they just hope for the best. Most of us, you know, we work hard day in, day out. Waking up, you know, 5:30, and I'll get on 15 horses maybe. And on days like today, after I'm done galloping, I'll get a lunch and head right into the room. And I'm here until 10:30 at night.
Finally, those who side with the governor also point out that those casino funds, which now help support Pennsylvania horse racing, will be repurposed for college tuition assistance.
I work here so that I can support my family and put my kids through college. And if he takes this job away from me, he's going to be affecting my livelihood as well as many other people back here.
Why is this an end-or program? Why do we have to pit hardworking people who are here out on these farms like I'm standing out here now and are at the tracks working against education.
Will you let me know in the morning? We'll figure it out. 3 of the boys that work for me are sending all their children to college and working hard to do that.
I have children that went to college, and without this job, I wouldn't be able to send them to college.
He ran really well. I mean, he finished up good, but the tracks just
If you take away horse racing, we will move, we will leave.
Me alone, I have 10 guys working. You know, that's just me. And then we have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people working back here on the backside, and thousands of people connected to the racetrack. So think about that.
It's very easy to take this business and go to Maryland or to Delaware or where, Virginia. Virginia's back in the game. Yeah, any moment now, right? When I go to the barns and the looks in the eyes of the people there now, they ask me, Greg, what are we doing about this?
Horse racing in Pennsylvania is everything to me. I'm a breeder, I'm an owner, and I train my own horses. It's my life.
I don't understand what the governor's doing. I don't understand why he would want to destroy a way of life that's so vital to the success in Pennsylvania.
A really nice put together video, Dick. Just a huge misconception of kind of our industry in general.
Yeah, there's no question. The lack of knowledge about this, and look, I read stories out there of people that just don't understand it. They have numbers that aren't accurate and they're putting them in just to make a point. But look, you can't make a point with inaccurate information, and unfortunately that's just been happening, Danny. But I think one of the most important things is to remember these are people too. They're trying to put their kids through college. They've been promised something from 2004 on. You can't all of a sudden say, all right, here it is, and now it's gone. That's just not how life works.
Definitely, and these people have been hardworking. They put a lot into the state.
Absolutely.
These businesses and jobs are right here in the Commonwealth. These people live in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
They pay taxes, they pay property taxes. Yeah, the economic impact of all this is almost incalculable, and to attempt to take it all away just doesn't make any sense.
Absolutely. Why don't we get to some horse racing?
Sounds good.
We have our local race of the week. It was allowance race, $45,000 purse going 1 mile and 70. Our favorite is Dreams Untold, the number 4 horse for John Service.
He's by Smarty Jones out of a Pat Chapman mare, and boy, when this horse is good, Danny, he is really good. I mean, he's run some gigantic races. He's a heavy favorite at 3 to 5, and you want to see him get on a little bit of a roll, because to me, and John Service has been saying this all along, he thinks he's a stakes horse, but he's just got to get a little more consistent.
Well, he's definitely in the right field today. I mean, these are Parx Racing's best horses. Our second favorite, Bird King for trainer Mike Pino, and bred by Mary Lou Whitney Stable. So this horse was bred to be something special.
Indeed, and 3 for 10 lifetime with 5 seconds, over 100,000, and boy, wait for it. Eddie Coletti's won 10 times. As you said, this is probably the strongest field of 2021 to run at the track so far. So many good horses in here.
Definitely. Let's get to the call.
Off 7, Rock on Luke, 46 and 4 for the half mile. Around the turn they go. Rock on Luke buying 3 parts of a length. Deal Driven now ratchets up the pressure. Second, Wait For It comes under a ride. Third, Bird King is ground saving well. Fourth, Jump for Alex moves up behind that one. Outside, Dreams Untold, and Infuriated drops out to last. Top of the stretch, it's Rock on Luke by 1. Deal Driven is trying hard. Second, 3 lengths back. Wait For It. Third in the lane. Bird King is 4th. Rock on Luke has the lead by a length. Deal Driven on the outside. Second, towards the inside. Third, Bird King in between rivals. Dreams Untold. Rock on Luke is standing his ground inside the 8th pole. Rock on Luke's almost home. Up the inside, Bird King trying to get into second past Deal Driven, but it's Rock on Luke down to the finish.
Rock on Luke with a great performance, taking him gate to wire with jockey Michael Sanchez. I think owner Jennifer Trueheart, she was so happy. She literally screamed. We can see that on our YouTube video for the PTHA, but I mean, just literally hugging her horse, so proud.
Yeah, look, we did a story, you and I, Danny, a while back on Jennifer and her trainer, Regina Brennan, and they've had a lot of success. And man, when you win a $45,000 race on a Monday afternoon, you're feeling good. Look, the whole race changed at the start. Dreams Untold completely missed the break. He figured to be up into the pace. Whether he's going to be ahead of Rock on Luke, I don't know, but just unfortunate. Dreams Untold has had a couple of races like that where he's just broken bad. There was the one at Laurel last year where he made that incredible move, but a talent, but yeah, just has to be a little more consistent. And congratulations, Jennifer. Great win for Rock on Luke.
Definitely. And Bird King coming in second. I have to say, Bird King was very bad in the paddock before the race. Wasn't sure how quite he was going to run. His groom looked like a kite at some point. He was leaping and definitely feeling good. So we'll be interested to see him run back as well.
Absolutely.
We're going to head to our first break. Don't go anywhere. When we get back, we're going to take a look at national coverage, the Gotham, see how our boy Capo Kane does. Don't go anywhere.
Capo Kane's running in second. Rayburn's on the outside in third.
Looking to join the thrill and excitement of thoroughbred racehorse ownership? Pewter Stable can get you started. With more than 25 years of experience under the leadership of Greg and Kate DeMasi, Pewter Stable is one of the industry's leaders in racing partnerships, winning hundreds of races and millions of dollars at racetracks all over the Mid-Atlantic, including New York. No markup, no management fees makes our partnerships unique and affordable. We are Pewter Stable.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Our national coverage is brought to you by the Chapman Auto Group. If their emblem's not on the back of your car or truck, you probably did pay too much. So I can't wait to get to our national coverage today. I'm pretty sure you feel the same way,
yes.
Dick. We're immersed in Kentucky Derby prep season. Let's start up at Aqueduct with the Grade 3 Gotham. That's really unique one-turn mile. Capo Kane makes his return.
Yeah, we're specifically looking at Capo Kane. Obviously, he's 11-1. He trades here at Parks with Harry Weiner. And I know I said this to Bruce early in the week. He's been solid, but this is much deeper water because of who's in the race. You got a Chad Brown favorite and highly motivated at 4-5. We've got a 96 buyer figure back last November at Keeneland, and you have, I don't know, third, fourth string from Baffert. Freedom Fighter, who most recently finished second at Concert Tour in the San Vicente, also ran in the 90s. Capo Kane hasn't gotten higher than an 84, so that's what I mean. He's going to have to dramatically improve to contend in this field.
Absolutely. Why don't we take a listen to the race call?
Freedom Fighter leads here by 3/4 of a length. Long shot, Wayburn on the outside, runs in second, and the opening half was run in 48 seconds, and Freedom Fighter is in front here by a half length. Wayburn is in second. It's a length and a half to Crowded Trade. Wipe the Slate is dropping back. Capo Kane is down towards the rail, then Highly Motivated and the Reds. Freedom Fighter is the leader as they come for the top of the stretch. Wayburn runs in second. Crowded Trade up on the outside in third. Capo Kane is fourth, and then Highly Motivated in fifth. 3/4 went in 1, 12-4, and here comes Crowded Trade on the outside now to grab the lead. Wayburn continues to battle on. Down at the rail is Freedom Fighter in third. Highly Motivated is in fourth. It is Crowded Trade, and on the inside it is Wayburn. Crowded Trade. Wayburn continues to battle on as they come for the finish in the Gotham. Wayburn and Crowded Trade. Oh, it's a bang finish.
And a bomb wins 46-1 the number 8 horse Wayburn for Jimmy Jerkins with Trevor McCarthy. That Trevor was riding to the wire. I mean, that horse was on the inside. It was a little tight. And he just switched leads right at that final jump, and that gave him that push. But he had to have been so thrilled. And I just want to give a shout out to Wayburn's groom, Junior McFarland. He's been with, he was with the Chief since 1994, and then went over and worked for the Chief's son, Alan Jerkins' son, Jimmy Jerkins. So proud, and just kind of shows how long he's been in the game as well.
Legendary racing family, obviously. Alan Jerkins in the Hall of Fame, one of the all-time greats. And his son Jimmy's doing really well. And Wayburn is an interesting story, Danny, because Jimmy had wanted to run him a couple of times. The horse got sick, then he had a little bit of foot bruise, so that's the only reason he hadn't been out since the 5th of December. But this was a powerhouse performance, 95 buyer. I mean, he was good. The second horse, Crowded Trade, was really good. He looked like a winner. I thought Highly Motivated ran okay off the layoff. Yeah. Now, as for Capo Kane, he finished 6th. He was beaten 19 lengths. He just wasn't really in the race. Here's the reality. It was a reality check. He's going to have to come off the Derby trail. He's just not quite fast enough. But there's races to be won around here in the Mid-Atlantic. This horse is going to win some money for him.
We're going to make our much-awaited return of potential Bob Baffert superstar Life is Good. It's Santa Anita in the Grade 2 San Felipe going 1 1/16 miles. I mean, he's obviously our obvious favorite, the number 1 horse at 1-2.
Yeah, he was 1-5 in his first 2 starts. He won his maiden easily at Del Mar in that call we talked about with Larry Colmus. And then more recently, Danny, in the Sham, he only won by 3/4, but I thought Mike Smith just stopped riding the horse. I think he had the race won. I think the margin was irrelevant. His workouts, the 2 workouts prior to this, I don't know if people got a chance to watch them on XBTV. They were among the best I've ever seen for a 3-year-old at this stage. There's no way in the world this horse is getting beaten this race before it. I looked at it, and this was a pretty good field. I mean, there were stakes winners. This horse, Dream Shake, who won his maiden, was really impressive. Medina Spirit, who obviously ran 2nd in the Sham, but it's all about life is good.
Let's get to the call with Frank Miramati.
And Life is Good has opened up a 3-length lead. Medina Spirit is in 2nd. The Great One inches up outside of him. Then it's Dream Shake 4th, 3.5 off the pace. Governor's Party is on the outside of None Above the Law. and Roman Centurion at the back. They head past the 5/8 pole, chasing Life is Good, who's loose up top. It's now a 4-length lead. Medina Spirit, the Great One on the outside, kept in the clear. Dream Shake is at the rail, has 5 lengths to make up, coming to the half-mile pole. Then None Above the Law, followed by Roman Centurion and Governor's Party. Heading to the 3/8 pole, it's been all Life is Good, sailing along with a 3-length lead, Medina Spirit. At the rail, Dream Shake, the Great One outside that pair, then a big gap to Roman Centurion. A 1/4 mile to go, and Life is Good has a 3.5-length lead. No one's coming close. Dream Shake on the inside, then Medina Spirit and the Great One, top of the stretch. Life is Good, 4-length lead. Now it's 5, and it's all Life is Good. He's passing this test with flying colors. Life is Good, unbeaten and untested as he romps in the San Felipe. Wins by about 8.
Well, no surprise there. Life is Good just took it to them.
Looked like there was other speed in the race, Danny. I mean, you're thinking the Great One for Doug O'Neill, but interestingly, if you watched the Medina Spirit and Johnny V, they were kind of blocking just in case Doug O'Neill wanted to come up on the first turn. And once Life is Good and Mike got the lead, it was just a question of how far he was going to win by. Yeah, he drifted out a little bit. That doesn't bother me. Wins by 8. How about a 1:07 buyer speed figure for a horse in early March? One more prep, the Santa Anita Derby. This is, at the moment, is your Derby favorite if nothing goes wrong. And I mean, to beat a horse like Medina Spirit by that much, and to just crush a horse like Dream Shake, this is the one. He's there again. He's going for a record number 7 on May 1st. And Danny, I've learned one thing about the Derby. You do not bet against Mr. Baffert.
I'm sure they want to put that horse in bubble wrap. And it was interesting, Mike Smith said he was looking at a dinosaur. They have that real big in-screen giant board that he was looking at. You see him kind of go over into the grandstand, but like you said, you didn't think they should be worried about that. I wonder if they'll have blinkers.
It doesn't bother me, and look, that's why Bob gets paid the big bucks, and he's fascinating. You watch how everybody trains their 3-year-olds, and everything he does is so different than the way everybody else does it. Now look, does it help that you have all the best recruits and you have a second string? I mean, last year this time, was anybody really talking about Authentic? He was like the 4th string, and he ends up, of course, winning the Derby and the Breeders' Cup Classic and his Horse of the Year. So yeah, but this is the one. I mean, you can tell when you see the really good ones, they're running fast and they don't look like it, right? They got that beautiful, smooth stride, and this horse really does.
He has that high cruising speed.
He does indeed.
Other 3-year-olds are certainly going to take their run, and that they did at the Tampa Bay Derby at Tampa Bay Downs, the Grade 2, going 1 mile and 16th. Our favorite, Candyman Rocket, the number 3 horse for Bill Mott.
He won the Sam Davis, Danny. Only got an 85 buyer figure. He's going to have to improve off of that. That's not going to be good enough, but they bet him down to 8-5 because somebody had to be favored in this big field, because really there wasn't a lot of paper on a lot of these horses.
No.
They hadn't run very many times and hadn't accomplished a whole lot.
Yeah, a very wide open field. Saffie Joseph sent out a trio. Number 6, Awesome Jerry, owned by John Finelli, one of our owners here at Parks, taking their try at Stakes Company again, but a really wide open field. I mean, second choice was number 8, Hidden Stash at 3-1.
Yeah, I thought it was very hard to get a sense of how this race would be run, given the fact that there were so few horses with form. It looked like just about anything could happen, Danny, and maybe it did.
I think so. Let's get to Richard Gunder with the call.
And that's Boca Boy, as expected, now moving up and now going to the lead. Along the rail, King of Dreams is racing second, Moonlight Strike. Up on the outside now, third. Then it's a length and a half farther back to the inside. My Liberty now races along fourth. Up on the outside, that's Awesome Jerry now fifth. From between horses, Promise Keeper sixth. Then it's 1 length farther back to Candyman Rocket. At this point, racing along seventh. He's about 6 lengths off the pace setters and 2 lengths clear of the Puerto Rico Invader. Along the rail, Super Strong. Up on the outside, the late running Hidden Stash now moves up a bit closer with a half mile to run in the Lamb Home South. Tampa Bay Derby, it's Boca Boy trying to take him start to finish. Moonlight Strike is there racing second. Up on the outside, that's Promise Keeper now racing along third. From the far outside, Candyman Rocket is now underway fourth. There goes Helium. 4 wide and now charging 5th. King of Dreams under an all-out ride. And now Hidden Stash. Bayerano gives him the wake-up call, and he is responding. Weaving through from between horses will need racing room, but meanwhile up front, Helium now strikes to the lead. Along the rail, that's Candyman Rocket. Racing along second. Way out on the outside, Hidden Stash is absolutely in full stride. Down to the wire, it's Hidden Stash and Rafael Bayerano along the rail. Digging back gamely is Helium. Looks like we're down to 2. Helium repels the challenge. It's Helium in a huge effort.
And number 10, Helium. Never count out Mark Cassie's back on the scene for the Kentucky Derby prep. Kind of uplifted his spirits there.
Yeah, no question. This horse hadn't run since October, Danny. First time on the dirt, ran twice at the Tapeta at Woodbine. And our man Jose Ferrer, of course, had a lot of success here at Parks, won it. This is DJ Stable, the Greens, obviously, of Jersey. Jonathan Green, the son, is very much involved in this these days. And it's interesting, it's a son of Ironicus, who was a really good turf horse for Shug McGay. You're not really thinking dirt. Only an 84 buyer, so to me he's a marginal contender at this point in the Derby. And I think Mark was saying something like they're going right to the Derby. There's no prep races. So,
I did see that.
Good luck to them. He's undefeated. He'll go there, and you know Mark's won the Preakness. He's won the Belmont. The one he hasn't won yet is the Derby.
He really put off Hidden Stash too. I mean, that horse was Jose Ferrer was so emotional. His family was there. He said he could actually hear his kids while he was in the stretch. So should be interesting to see if this horse can contend with some of the other 3-year-olds.
And hope Jose keeps the mount. I don't know whether that'll happen or some bigger name jockey will come in and take the mount. But Candyman Rocket, the favorite, was just no good at all.
Yeah.
He finished 10th, so I think he's probably. I would think, knowing Bill Mott, something happened, and you think he'd be off the Derby trail at this point.
Definitely. Well, why don't we get to our next break? When we come back, we're going to have our jockey and trainer of the week and race recap, where the return of Maxfield makes his return in the Santa Anita Handicap. Don't go anywhere on Let's Go Racing.
Maxfield together with Coastal Defense. Idol is outside of that pair.
Turning for Home is a nonprofit that has provided nearly 2,800 former racehorses with a safe retirement. The program was created through the foresight of the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association.
We all love animals, and to give back to something that helps us so much, it's a great thing.
Responding to the need for a better system that addressed the uncertain future for the retiring equine population at Parks Racing, the PTHA rallied horsemen to support the program.
These horses can do anything from hunter jumpers to western to therapeutic riding.
Turning for Home became the first on-track retirement program at a year-round racetrack.
We want to make sure that our horses that have run so well for us over the years get the great opportunity to get a new vocation.
Out of everything that we've done in Pennsylvania for racing, I think that's the thing we can be most proud of.
If you would like to help these amazing animals find a great second career and forever home, please give us a call or contact us at turningforhome.org.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Our jockey and trainer of the week is brought to you by Turning for Home, our racehorse retirement program right here at Parks Racing. And our jockey of the week is Jamie Rodriguez. He just having an unbelievable meet here. He had a 3-win day last week and consistently a win on the card. And he's definitely got one of the best smiles, always the biggest smile after his win. So congratulations to Jamie. And our trainer of the week is Lou Linder. Great day for him the other day, back-to-back wins. Lou's just consistently putting in competitive horses.
Lou has been really good for a really long time around here. This guy just wins. If you want to bet on a guy that's going to give you a solid effort every time, Lou Linder's the guy.
Definitely. Let's get to some race recap brought to you by the Pewter Stable. Become an owner today. Check them out at pewterstable.com. Get in the winner's circle with Kate DeMasi. We're going to take a look at Aqueduct, where 2 Parks horses make a run in the Heavenly Prize, going a mile, the 1-turn mile. We have our 2 Park shippers, Portal Creek, the number 5 horse, and Flash and Dynamite, the number 4 horse for trainer Mike Moore.
Yeah, and Portal Creek's been in front most of the way for Carlos Guerrero and 10 Strike. Unfortunately, the heavy favorite here, Lake Avenue, is going to roll by, win pretty easily at 4-5. Portal Creek's going to hold nicely for second, and here comes Flash and Dynamite for Mike Moore to run third. So yeah, you're talking about a $125,000 where the 2 Parks horses ran second and third to a really strong Belmont favorite.
Oh, definitely a good showing. We're going to see Lake Avenue in the Distaff division. That's no doubt. When Manny Franco asked her, she was just right there.
She was really good.
So some older handicap superstars take on the Grade 1 Santa Anita Handicap, 1 1/4 miles. big star, Maxfield here, even money.
Yeah, this is one of the legendary races on the West Coast. Anybody saw the movie Seabiscuit, this is the race that Seabiscuit won in his final race. And Maxfield's the heavy favorite at even money. He's the 2 horse. But the 2 California horses, Express Train the 5 and the 6 Idol, are ultimately going to be the ones. And if you watch the Express Train, he looks like the winner coming down the center of the track of this 1.25 miles. But Idol's got the last run, the son of Curlin, and is there a better finisher since Lafitte Pinkai than Joel Rosario? I can't think of one. Idol's going to get up, Danny, to win this thing at the end by a half. Express Train second. Maxfield, I thought, ran okay. And he was undefeated coming into the race. I thought he got bet more on reputation than reality. I didn't think he was any better than these other horses.
Time for Ion Racing, another big day in horse racing. Oaklawn Park having their Grade 2 Rebel. It's going to be a Baffert-Cox showdown with their 2 superstars.
Right, we had him in the Saudi Cup a couple of weeks ago, and now we got him in the Rebel. It's Caddo River, undefeated for Brad Cox, and Concert Tour. I think he's probably the next best 3-year-old in the barn behind Life is Good for Baffert. So yeah, that's going to be fascinating. And obviously Baffert has a great record in this race. When he sends them to the Arkansas, they don't lose very often, but he's got a good horse to beat at Caddo Rivers, no doubt.
Also, they have their Grade 2 Azeri Stakes, and Laurel Park's going to have a big day of stakes cards, so a lot of local horses will ship down for that. Make sure you don't miss out on that. And Santa Anita is going to have a pretty cool matchup. Swiss Skydiver, our Preakness winner, makes her return in the Grade 1 Beholder Mile against Hard Not to Love, one of my favorites.
Yeah, can't wait to see Swiss Skydiver. Kenny did a great job with her. Look, I voted for her 3rd for Horse of the Year. I was a little surprised she didn't make it because she had a old school campaign. She was still running at the end. And unfortunately, she got a slight injury in the Breeders' Cup Distaff. We never got to see the real showdown with Monomoy Girl, but I hope Kenny has a great year with her because I loved what he did with her last year. He actually ran his horse all year long. It was great stuff.
She was all over the country, and she just had a really strong work. So,
oh, my Lord, I watched that the other day. That was powerhouse. Look out.
I look forward to seeing her. Well, we're going to head to our final break. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, news and notes on Let's Go Racing. If you want action and you want it now, you got to get the new Parx Racing mobile app. Wager and watch thoroughbred and harness racing from around the world. With the Parx Racing mobile app, it's easy to open and fund your account. Then place your wagers and cheer on your horse as they thunder down the stretch. With the Parx Racing mobile app, you'll easily make withdrawal requests, view the previous day's replays and results. Plus, open any new account now, and you'll be automatically enrolled in the Parx Rewards program. The more you wager, the more you earn. Get the new Parx Racing mobile app and get in on the action. Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. News and Notes is brought to you by the Granny Fund. Our Granny Fund helps continuing education here for our backstretch community. I want to talk a little bit more about these 3-year-olds.
Yep. Yeah, no, I think it's fascinating. We're getting to that point, Danny. Couple of big preps left, and we'll be at May 1st before you know it. Life is Good is #1 right now. Essential Quality, the unbeaten 2-year-old champ, is 2, and I think the 3rd horse is going to be the winner of the Rebel today.
Yeah.
So we're going to know a lot more after today, but yeah, it's getting to that point. After today, there'll be just the Arkansas Derby, the Wood, the Santa Anita Derby, and then next thing you know, we'll all be in Kentucky.
We're almost there, under 2 months. So, and everybody can come out to Parx Racing. We have our simulcast. They can bet on these races right here. We have, we're open for simulcast. We have our Parx Racing mobile app. So come out and see us. We race Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Post time 12:55. Thank you so much for joining us. See you next week.